Hello everybody, it is Viridian. You already know the process, and guess what? We have a fun few new things on this channel. I don't know if you can hear it, but we have this cute new baby tiny microphone. We have a nice little microphone for you today. We wanted to improve the sound quality. I have a nice fun get ready with me like we always do, preparing for chaos and charm with me and of course our fabulous co-host Medusa Chaos. So you already know the process. I'm about to shave this on off, come back to you on camera, and we are going to get glam today. I'm thinking a nice vampy Lady Gaga American Horror Story inspired glam. Let's go! I am back. As you see, I have my color corrector on. I have my brows blocked. So I'm going to start with my regular foundation. This is the Vision Cream Cover by Danessa Myricks. This is probably the most full coverage of something you can get. And of course, this is another day of using the world's biggest beauty blender on my face. I just find that it really helps get that product in so much faster. I mean, look at this. I wanted to come today and I wanted to discuss kind of the ever-evolving realm of drag and how that looks for local girls. So maybe I am just going crazy, but I'm noticing the landscape for new drag queens is changing, and it's changing very rapidly. I think, and not to not to fearmonger or anything, but if you look around, you can ask your local girls. Tickets for drag shows, they're selling less than they used to, which is to be expected. The hype around drag is slowly disappearing. But also, I'm noticing competitions or weekly or monthly shows specifically for new queens are going away. They are going away. Here in Denver alone, and hopefully by the time I make this video, this information's out. But from what I know, from my sources, as Kelsey Shaw would say, isn't going to be happening anymore. And it's kind of like this show was specifically all new performers. These are people who aren't established on the scene. These are people who don't have their own show. These are brand new people just looking to get their talent, looking to get their art, looking to get themselves out there. And that's going away. And I went, whoa, because I had started going a little bit so I could start kind of, being like, hey, hi, how you doing? I want to go, I want to perform. And now it's gone. I spoke with some friends who aren't from here, who live in other cities, who host their own similar shows, and they've been canceled, or they're in talks of getting canceled, or they're in talks of lessening, making it maybe quarterly, or making it monthly instead of weekly, and just changing things like that. And I'm just like, this is weird. This is odd. Drag is going back to being subversive. Drag is going back to being underground and not trendy. I guess I hate that word, but trendy. And my prediction, within the next 2 years, you're going to start seeing a lot less drag. And it's going to go back to the old way, of having to get booked and having to network. And maybe it'll bring the fun back. I think there's such a split between girls who started drag because they've watched Drag Race and girls who've really revered the art form and people in their life. Like myself, drag is something that kind of became an anchor in my life as young as like 13, and something that I really admired, and I could never go and get rid of it, I need it in my life. Hell, I usually end up spending more money getting my look together than I do making at the gig, But that's okay, because I'm expressing my outlet of creativity, So I'm switching it up a little bit. I'm going to go into the Danessa Myricks Color Fix. This is in shade Quiet Storm. It's kind of like a warmish kind of gray tone, and I'm going to use that for my contour today because we're going for vampy. And I'm only taking a very, very, very small amount. We don't need a lot. Only taking it like so, and then I'm going to take the empty side and start tapping it in. Something like a gray tone like this, you want to be very careful to not go too crazy, especially when you're still using regular skin tone concealers and foundations. I say regular skin tone but I'm using pure white. I'm going to go in with my regular skin tone just to press over it a little bit. And we'll contour the face as normal. So, you know, underneath the chin, put some on our nose. And we're just gonna pinch that. I just think drag is gonna go into a more of an underground phase where we can expect it to not be so mainstream. We can expect it to kind of go, because even right now, our supposed allies suddenly don't have the space for drag anymore. You know, you see these Republican-led protests that are canceling drag events around the nation, and you can't help but, you know, watch it and be like, well, a tide is turning. A tide is turning, you know? With all that being said, though, I would really urge, like, newer queens to find your own way. Find some, I'm here doing this. How many drag, a lot of them, but how many of your local girls are like regularly on the social medias? They're not. And frankly, that's my advice for you. Really utilize that social media, girl. Bars may close, venues may leave, but the internet is forever, and you will always be connecting yourself with very like-minded people. So you can't really go wrong. Bring back just going out in drag and just having fun with friends. Like, everything is turned into like a brand, a business, a model. Why can't we just go back to just having fun with friends? Because most days that's all I want to do, you know? Well, before I started performing, I was that girl going to the gigs, going to the parties in drag, not performing, just going in drag, you know? And you meet so many amazing people, like-minded people that way. Have fun in drag. Form a sisterhood. That's another thing. And I've talked about this in previous videos before. That's another thing that I think is hugely missing, especially in Denver, is everybody is so brand oriented now that they aren't forming these connections, these sisterhoods. They're not here for each other the way that drag is intended to be. Alrighty, so I'm going to start my eye. I'm using this MAC paint pot. This is shade Taylor Gray. It's like a nice neutral cool toned brown-ish gray. I'm going to take, this is a Morphe 433 brush. Just going to liberally take that on my brush here, and we are gonna go to town. Look at that. This is why, again, every video I say it, why I love creams. Look how easy. And from here, we'll just start working this on out. We'll repeat the same on this side. I make sure that just looks like one giant eyeliner. You see that? So like when I look down or I look at you straight forward, it looks like one wing. So we go straight up, and then we'll go up at an angle. To go on top of this shadow we just created, I'm gonna go in with this ripened eyeshadow. This is just a single shadow from MAC. We'll pat it down on the Taylor's Gray that we just made. Now again, like I said every other video, when we blend this inside of it. I don't blend above it, because that's going to create a muddy shape that we are not looking for. So boom. This is a little different than how I've normally done it on my videos. This is an old version of my makeup. I used to be the smoky eye queen. So you guys are getting a little glimpse into my little smoky eye era. And now I'm going to go into our Morphe palette. This is the Morphe Matte Essentials, and we're going to just start making our way down this. I want to take this light shade here, these two light shades here, and just start blending up a little bit just to make sure it's soft, because looks like these, smoky eyes like these, if the look isn't soft, it's very noticeable. There's just something in my premonition that was like, hey girl, you might want to hop back onto the tubes. Like, just something told me that, because I had a competition lined up, and I really was just like, I'm about to go, like it's about to be a big year for Miss Viridian. And so far, you know, I've had my YouTube, and that's huge, and I'm very grateful for it, and I'm very proud of it, and I'm really enjoying doing it. But it's not to the caliber of those competitions that I wanted to do. You understand? But no, I'm very happy that I came back here when I did, because when all these doors start closing the moment that I got back up on here, and it really does feel like a door is opening for me. It's like this door is here to guide me to where I need to be, and not where I think I need to be. And I'm really enjoying doing this show with Medusa. I'm really enjoying getting to be back on here and even doing all of this right now. It's very cool. It's very unique. It's an experience that not everybody gets to do, you know? To finish this eye off, I'm going to take this Urban Decay pressed powder. This is the Stay Naked, the Fix, in shade 20 CP. So it's a pretty pale shade. I'm going to take this nice firm brush. This is the MAC 215 brush. We're going to gently place this into our crease like so. You see that? And this is going to really create just a nice gothy kind of look. It's nice and vamp. You see that? And blend out, and that's it for the eye. So I'll put my lashes on and we'll get started with the lip. I have my lashes on. As you see, they look very dramatic. So to go ahead and finish this look, I'm going to go into Winifred by MAC Cosmetics. This, I want to say, is a discontinued lipstick. I'm just like really over liners at this moment. Like, I just feel like liners aren't giving what they need to give. So now that we got that cleaned up, I'm going to go in with my tried and true, my old faithful. If you guys didn't know, this is my favorite lipstick in the whole wide world. This is MAC's Russian Red. And if you didn't know, this is actually the shade of red Madonna used to wear. So if you ever looked at Madonna's lip color and you're like, I love it, it's this mama. Alrighty, everybody. I am back, and I got my best Kris Jenner wig on. I am feeling like the boss and the CEO. And with that, thank you guys for getting ready with me. I'm about to do an episode of Chaos and Charm with Medusa. It's been your favorite Viridian.